Since joining the Language Unschool, I find I can understand a lot more of what people are saying to me. Before it was just like a tidal wave of sounds coming at me. Now I can distinguish actual words and actually respond. I feel the program is holistic because it covers the basics like pronunciation, grammar, verb conjugations, but there's more, and this is what makes it really special, what makes it stand out, the interactive component. There's an active WhatsApp group where you can ask any question and get an almost immediate reply. And then there are the twice weekly live chats where you can interact with Catarina and hear how the language is actually spoken. Then there's the writing part. Catarina encourages us to write sentences or paragraphs using words or grammar constructions we learned that day or that week, so it really sinks into our brains. And if you can't come up with a topic, she'll give you one based on your interests. It's really like having an actual teacher on call 24/7. Learning the unschool way is like being part of a larger and very supportive community. Even though you study on your own time, you never feel alone. There's Catarina, who is really committed to helping you learn Portuguese, and then there are the other unschoolers who cheer when you understand or use a new sentence out in the real world. We all learn at our own speed, but we're all in the same boat and help each other.
Since joining the Language Unschool, I've gained in confidence in learning Portuguese. The Unschool approach shares the importance of listening. Before joining, I struggled with understanding what I was hearing in relation to the words I was reading and even attempting to pronounce. Unschool encouraged me to listen to the sounds I was hearing, and it was almost as if someone gave me permission to get used to the difference in the sounds. In the past, I found myself attempting to hear and translate, and at the same time attempting to listen to what was coming next. No wonder I got frustrated. But by listening first and getting used to the sounds, it's allowed me to begin to recognise words and has allowed me to relax and learn in a more natural way. The Unschool approach is holistic, meaning that language learning is interconnected. The approach is not just about learning words or learning grammar and sentences. It's also about tone, intonation, formal, colloquial, and an everyday way of speaking. This learning approach encourages the use of language that the Portuguese people know, love, and use. It highlights how words and sentences work together, creating an overall sound that is understood. I am beginning to find my Portuguese voice rather than trying to be yet another English person speaking Portuguese words. There is a natural flow to this way of learning, and it allows me to understand more easily and use in a more practical and real way. The support with the Unschool approach is unparalleled in my experience. Not only does it provide a fabulous learning platform that covers a great deal of practical and useful information, but it allows me to learn at my own pace. It also supplies wonderful resources that give me the opportunity to learn in many different ways, and that learning is reinforced and never boring. Additionally, we're offered live sessions where we can ask for clarification, get examples, practice and learn from Catarina and each other. The support alone is worth every penny of the cost of this course. It is truly an inspirational way to learn Portuguese.
I started with very little Portuguese, so from there onwards there was only room for improvement. But my Portuguese has improved tremendously. Working in a group with the Zoom sessions is really wonderful, because you hear others speaking more fluently, others more haltingly. People are having struggles with things. The discussions are really valuable. And this way has taught me a tremendous amount. And I'm able to have good conversations now with the people in my village, with the neighbors, exactly what I wanted to do. I have achieved that. It's the holistic approach that really appealed to me when Catarina said to find your identity in the Portuguese language, because this is so true. It's not just learning from a book and learning the sentences. It's to feel the language, to understand how the Portuguese people think, how they handle. And so from that, I learned a tremendous amount. And the fact that I can learn at my own pace, this is important. learning in this, what Catarina calls the unschooling way, which is something I didn't really understand, but it somehow appealed to me, that the fact that I would have the freedom to learn the way I need to learn. I started when I was 63. I didn't even think I'll be having enough space in this old brain to learn a new language, and especially not a difficult language as Portuguese. I had some books here that I looked at before, and it meant nothing to me. Catarina made me listen first, listen to others in the group, talking about the country, talking about the ways and the way the Portuguese say things. I slowly started falling in love with the language and falling in love with the people, which every day makes me feel that, learning and doing things, it's fun. And that is the most important thing, is to have fun in learning a language.